but I ain't going out without a fight.
Yeah, my mind playing tricks on me. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is August 9th, 2018. Let me give a shout out to my man Mike Hansen for a classic hip hop track, Ghetto Boys, Mind Playing Tricks on Me. Mike, what you know about this song right here? Give a shout out to him, man. Thanks for the song request. You guys always cease to amaze me on the quality of hip hop tracks you guys pick. I love it. But today, guys, we're talking Salt. I got some news about Salt. Good news this time. You know, I try to stay fair and balanced. And I saw this headline come across, I think Bitcoin.com or Coindesk.com, and I'm like, let me go ahead and cover this one about Salt. And secondly, we're going to talk about an EOS project that just went live. I'm sure if you have EOS tokens, you got the airdrops. I know I did. This is going to be a very exciting project, and they just went live, so we're going to take a look at that too. But first, let's take a look at this market cap. Mine is playing tricks on me because we are at $229 billion, people. Bitcoin's dominance is at 48.86%. Not looking good, not looking good. We had a little pop today, but overall, we're still kind of in a bearish tone. And if we look at my chart here, my TA chart, you will see we kind of bounced off of the lows from this area over here. So we didn't quite touch the 59.80. We didn't quite touch that. And honestly, if we do keep this area, that would be good because that would be higher lows, almost higher lows. But I'm not too convinced though. I think we still may test this 59.80 area. And I just pray to God that we don't break this 5,700. That would be bad for all of us who are just hodling. So I'll keep an eye on it for you. But on to the actual article from Bitcoin.com. I was right. It was Bitcoin.com, not Coindesk. But it's about Salt, guys. It says crypto lender Salt now available in 35 states. So Salt, one of the earliest cryptocurrency-backed lending providers in the space, announced this week it was expanding into 20 more states in the United States, bringing its total market penetration to 35, including Washington, D.C., across America. And while that number is impressive on its own, Salt accomplished this during an extended bear market. So it goes on to say here, Salt crypto lending in 20 more states. This week, cryptocurrency lending outfit Salt announced it was making its services available in 20 more states, bringing the grand total to 35 out of 50. The U.S. is geographically very large, and so covering ground on any wider scale is always an obstacle for businesses. That it too has 50 states with 50 different regulations governing a given industry adds to the task immeasurably. Combine all of that with the fact that Salt is expanding in a decidedly bearish market, and their feat becomes even more impressive. CEO Bill Sinclair, and I told you guys the other gentleman the founder left the company, so I guess Bill Sinclair is the new CEO. He says Salt loans are and will be structured within the laws, regulations, and guidelines provided by each jurisdiction in which the loan is offered. The first borrowers to get loans in the new system were those who previously applied in areas in which we were not approved to lend and were still interested in the Salt loan. The crypto lending company also used the announcement to roll out a new financial product called Proof of Access that they hope will expand member flexibility, a blog post detailed. It says here, with the long-awaited introduction of POA, members now have access to more flexibility when it comes to structuring their loans. This gives members the opportunity to tailor their approach in order to meet their individual borrowing needs. Members no longer have to pre-redeem Salt membership units in order to access borrowing limits. They can simply use their Salt membership units to customize the terms of their loan. So it says here, Florida, Illinois, Texas, Kansas, Michigan, Wisconsin, Maryland, and Connecticut. POA essentially gives users the ability to modify loan terms using the firm's proprietary token. To become a member, At least one SALT token is required, allowing users potential access to adjust interest rates on borrowing. As blockchain assets continue to grow in abundance and popularity, Mr. Sinclair also stressed, technology will need to pivot accordingly, opening doors for our potential borrowers who may have selected different investments than Bitcoin and Ethereum will be a key differentiator for SALT in the future. Crypto borrowing is now available to residents in such states as Florida, Illinois, Texas, Kansas, Michigan, Wisconsin, Maryland, and Connecticut, to name a few, where SALT has expanded their services. So I just wanted to highlight that. I did a video maybe a week or two ago saying that SALT was done, their CEO was leaving. Then there was what I came to find out was a hoaxed letter of intention to acquire SALT by Nexio, I think. So that was floating around. So that was fake. But here's my thing about SALT, and I'm still not a believer in it. And the article kind of highlighted one point, and that is the hurdles that they have to go through to become compliant in all the states. And it's just going to be a nightmare. I'm sure they're going to still be able to do lending, but I just don't think they'll get enough revenue because I just think they're too early. There are other companies trying to do it around the globe, I should say, not here in the States. I think they're abroad. But I'm just not convinced that they will be able to really gain enough traction without burning through their reserves. I don't know what their runway is. But I just think that SALT or crypto lending platforms are just slightly ahead of their time. And really, right now, it really has no use case because people aren't going to want to lend their tokens when their value in nominal dollars are way lower than when they were. Let's say Bitcoin was at 20,000. So I will say, I think as cryptocurrencies start to move up again, we'll see their business increase as well. So you'll have some correlation with prices in crypto versus or compared to number of loans they issue. So, and of course we all know default rates and stuff. This is a new area. We have to see how it plays out. I mean, like I said, it benefits them in a scenario where loans are issued right now when Bitcoin is low. And if a person defaults on the loan, they have those tokens. And let's say in 6 months, we're back at 20,000. I can see that being beneficial to the company, but there's a double-edged sword. So it can go the other way as well. You loan out at, a $20,000 Bitcoin, and then we drop to where we are. I don't know the details. I'm just kind of speaking in general. So don't try to chop my head off, people. But to say the least, I still am not convinced in this business model as far as it being ready for the markets. I think it may be just a tad too early. Let's take a look quickly at what SALT's price is right now. So it looks like they're at 67 cents. They were at $1.50 just July 18th. Let's look at their 6 month. $4 back in February. And $4 actually back in April as well. And their high I'm showing here, this may not be truly reflective, but $13 in December of 2017. And let me just say this as well. I was talking to a colleague about cryptocurrencies and their prices. And I was like, man, and I said this back in June, or not June, but January, I think February. I'm like, I'm waiting for the day where we start to get a better valuation and pricing on these these tokens, not so much the currencies, but the tokens, all these ICOs. Because what I think is happening is we're starting to get a better valuation, and we will continue to refine that valuation on these tokens as we go forward. And it won't be, the valuation isn't going to be based on earnings or how much they're making, because this is not an equity. This is not a stock. You don't have voting power. You don't have, it's not a stock, right? If these are utility tokens, eventually the market is going to price or place valuation on these tokens based on the usage of them, the demand for the token. So it'll be a direct correlation with demand and supply. And if the company isn't creating a demand needed for their token, then these prices are going to continue to come down. I'm just, that's kind of what I think. Let me know your thoughts about that. I would love to hear what you have to say. But let's take a look at that second article. This one is out of CoinDesk. Wikipedia competitor Everipedia blockchain is now available. I'm excited about this. This is one of those EOS projects, and it says here the main net for decentralized encyclopedia startup Everipedia is now live. The blockchain-based Wikipedia competitor announced the launch on Thursday, allowing users to earn its IQ tokens for adding or editing articles to the platform. These tokens in turn will let users participate and vote on network governance issues. Everipedia's developers hope that this type of model will ensure that the platform remains fully independent of donations or advertisements. At the same time, the push toward decentralization is aimed at making the platform itself uncensorable. While Everipedia, I hate the name, I'm just going to be honest with you, was previously accessible by anyone with an internet connection, the mainnet launch means it will now move from a traditional web hosting service to a blockchain with a new URL. And that blockchain, of course, guys, is EOS. The platform is built on top of the EOS blockchain platform, with Everipedia having moved to the EOS network earlier this year. Everipedia announced that it would initially distribute its IQ tokens through an airdrop after EOS went live. Any user who owned EOS tokens could receive IQ tokens, the startup said at the time. The startup notably boasts Wikipedia co-founder Larry Sanger as its chief information officer, as previously reported by CoinDesk. So what do you guys feel about this Everipedia? They need a new name, in my opinion. The name is I just cannot stand the name, but the idea is phenomenal and really game-changing. And I think it's really a step forward in the right direction when it comes to, internet services, internet sites that we use, and the censorship these sites always have to, we have to worry about them being censored, right? You see what happened to Alex Jones. So I think this is great. This will showcase both the need for a decentralized encyclopedia, but also showcase the power of EOS. And I'm excited. I know that EOS is more than capable and will really show and shine with this platform Everipedia on it. So guys, let me know your thoughts on it. I'm gonna go check it out and maybe add my own page up there. It's your boy Crypto Blood. My mind playing tricks on me. I'm out. Holla.
So we triple teamed on 'em, dropping them